Hello, how you doing? Okay, so there's my DJI Neo, and the picture's beautiful. Here's my analog. Well, hit the tree. Um, so yeah, I wanted to go through what's the difference between trying to play something like International Game of Whoop with a DJI Neo versus an analog 65 millimeter tiny whoop or whatever you want to call it. Little whoop, micro whoop, tiny drone, micro drone, whatever you want to call it. 65 millimeter plastic um, drone. This one is made by Game Hat Aerial. Absolutely love it. And this is me standing out there on my sidewalk trying to do International Game of Whoop. And it's the practice season. If you go to internationalgameofwhoop.com, you can find out more about that. But um, it's a really good way to practice your skills. Put some video together to upload. You really don't have to edit it if you don't want to, but you just have to show that you're doing the skills for each week. Right now is the preseason, and so I was trying to do power loops. And there's the confusion that can happen going from FPV mode to real life mode. So there's my 65 millimeter uh, custom made by Game Hat Aerial. And so here is the view from the Neo. Trying to fly it, the plan was to fly it the same way as I was my Game Hat Aerial 65 millimeter freestyle whoop. But see all this crazy turning and stuff? I'm not doing that. I'm just putting minor inputs in, and because of the wind, it's just kind of going crazy. And it's harder to judge where I am to do the power loops. Now, obviously, the video is 4K and absolutely beautiful, but what good does that do if you can't fly it? And I mean, like, I'm giving it full throttle right there to not run into the ground. Not anywhere close to having to do that on the other one. Now, it is a little chunkier, but here's the thing, it's chunkier because it has a much bigger battery and the battery lasts a whole lot longer. But the thing that most people don't realize with DJI drones is they are severely underpowered so that you can get long flight times because they're camera drones. They're not meant to freestyle. So even though I was trying to freestyle it here, that's what I ended up doing was just kind of hitting like that. So here's what it looked like to do, because I actually flew this first, and you can see like it does get pushed around by the wind quite a bit, and you can see the flag there flying. It's very windy on this day, but the control, other than when I flew into that tree, that was just me, taking off and not not being used to it. Um, the control just is on a whole different level with this, and in some ways that works against you. Um, so if you're trying to do beautiful camera shots, this is not the drone you want. You want the DJI. But if you're looking to get into freestyle flying and having building dives in your repertoire, and you know doing doing the really fun stuff that sometimes you see. Like, most people that think of drones, they think of DJI drones. A lot of people don't even know about this stuff going on right here. And so this is just like a little comparison. I've got both. I do both. I like making pretty videos and panorama shots and beautiful shots, but it's fun to just rip. Oh, look at that! That hurt. And so so yeah. So this is me trying to fly and do a power loop through my legs. And one of the requirements was to do a celebration flip at the end, and I forgot to do that. So once again, I need to write down the requirements before I go do this. But I forgot that I needed to do that because I have trouble remembering stuff. So this is, ow, ran into it again. Another thing that I just wanted to say too, difference between DJI and Neo, the Avata 2 is, you can do like a flip over, but one thing that happened to me, I tried doing this with my Avata 2 and it thought it crashed. It actually didn't crash, but it thought it did. And it would not let me rearm. And so the thing with the Avata and Neo and stuff like that, there's been a few times where I crashed and had to flip this over, and it's just a button on your remote. You hit it, you push the throttle, boom, you're over. With this, every time, I ended up just giving up with the Avata because it kept telling me propellers were broken, check them. With the hand controller that lets you do this kind of flying, it wouldn't let me get out of that screen. So anyway, that's all for now. Now you know the difference. You go and buy a Game Hat aerial drone and get into analog FPV. It's much cheaper than any other way of flying.